Well, I guess this is a good afternoon, campers, instead of a morning one. Unusual, I know. But I know we still have a few days left in December, but I have been feeling kind of wonky the last few days. And while I have plenty of whips to finish up, which you shall see here momentarily, I don't know, I'm in a funky mood. I can't seem to focus on anything much. I might do something for 30 minutes to an hour and then I get bored and want to move to something else and nothing's really sticking. I don't want to wait on this just in case I get that. I've been getting that way with recording as well. So, we're going to go ahead and do the completed pages for December. Probably right after this video, I'm going to do my favorites pages and plans for 2019. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get rolling. December was a fairly productive month, I guess you would say. Definitely wasn't the 20 something pictures from November, but that's okay because November was kind of crazy. This is from the Christmas Animals book by Jade Summer. I have the digital copy of that and I printed this out on smooth marker type paper and I colored it using, I think it was mostly water-based markers, if I'm not mistaken. So we're getting to the point where I'm starting to forget, so that's not a good sign. This is from Creative Haven, color by number. Where to go? Where to go? Where to go? There we go. Wildlife, color by number. I was about to say I can't even remember the book. Goodness. Here it is. By Diego Jordan Pereira. This was the first page I had done in that book. I used alcohol-based markers. A lot of browns in that book. And he is a pretty grumpy looking owl. But he's kind of my spirit animal right now. So nothing in particular making me grumpy. I'm just grumpy. I don't know. I started this. This was a test page last month for the Color pencils. And before those got sent out as part of the giveaway, I went ahead and finished up this picture with them. Actually turned out kind of pretty. Now we get to the books. This one I actually finished this morning. I was not thrilled about finishing it, but it was getting to the point where, sadly enough, I have misplaced a couple supplies I was using for this page. So I've learned a lesson in that if it's going to be a while, I need to find some way to mark them and put them back in my inventory. So now I have no idea where some of this stuff went. But the picture is done, and here it is. This is my everything but the kitchen sink method. I used Tombows. I used Arteza brush pens. Excuse me. I used Distress ink, Copic markers. I used a Prismacolor white pencil and a Prismacolor gray one for the stonework there. And just some different alcohol-based markers. But I think I used Copics mostly on the window and on the animals. I'm particularly proud of Mr. Kitty here. That one was really fun to do. And that was the thing. This started out fun and then it just became, I don't know. I don't know how to put it, but I'm glad I finished it and I'm glad I don't have to look at it for a while. I like the picture. I don't know. Like I said, I've been in a weird mood this month. This is Chibi Girls Grayscale by Jade Summer. I did the very first page in the book, which is this one. And I made myself use all pastels. Pastel-y type colors because I was trying to challenge myself a bit. And of course use completely unusual colors for everything, which I also did. This is all alcohol marker with a little bit of gel pen thrown in on the flowers and the butterflies' wings to give it a little bit of sparkle. I got two different Crayola books in the middle of the month. One is called Elegant Escapes, and there are, let me get it in camera view, 80 pictures. I did the first page in the book, which is this. I'm normally not big on coloring like fashion type pages, but I really like this dress. And I'm telling you, if they made a dress in these colors, I would totally be wearing it. Maybe not around the house, but that one was just alcohol marker. I think I tried some Copic blending on there and had some success. So, but it was mostly water-based and alcohol-based. A Million Christmas Cats. This was the page. I did a whip coloring chat to show you part of the process on the leaves. I used water-based markers and gel pens, and I did get a little bit of a blend with the Crayola Super Tips on the leaves. And like I said, I mostly filled in the ornaments with the gel pens. So it's really cute. Somebody actually asked me for this picture, so that may become a gift. Coloring Christmas Cats. This was a magazine that I had picked up when I was out at the store. And I just went ahead and did the nameplate page. The paper is interesting. It feels like rough paper. I use budget-friendly alcohol markers on this. It feels like rough paper for sure. So your harder pencils would probably do better in this. I wouldn't use Copics or anything on this paper, but surprisingly it didn't bleed all that much. The bigger problem's just the roughness of the paper, but it did not bleed. So that was a surprising find on that one. But yeah, just was having some fun with different colors. Same thing here, just wanted something quick to color, not having to think much about it. And I was like, what in the world? Grabbed my Crayolas and I tried to use my water-based markers a lot this month because I noticed I had been neglecting them some. So here is that picture. Again, very simple, but we were watching something and wanted to color, but I didn't want to have to really think a lot about it, and this turned into the perfect page for that. Whimsical Escapes. Whoop. I should be putting that stack of stuff in a different area. If I don't, stuff will wind up on the floor. I'd rather not do that. This was my very first Color It book that I have in my collection. A amazing subscriber sent this to me in Happy Mail, and this was the stream that wasn't supposed to be a stream, but it was, and it was a lot of fun. I was showing the flip through of this, and then I went ahead and did the title, the nameplate page, while I was on camera. And here's that one. Used, it was alcohol-based markers. I can't remember which ones exactly. I think it was mostly the Blicks. And tested some blending in with the eyes and everything. And since this is really marker-friendly paper, I was really pleased with how it turned out. And I've been itching to get back to this book, and I just haven't had the opportunity yet. All right, so here is my custom coloring book from Jennifer Stay, which is Coloring Bliss. I've done a few pictures in here, actually. I think it was one ahead of this one. Yeah. We did this one as part, or I did as part of a coloring chat. I use different types of markers, alcohol-based and water-based. I think the ornament and his fur are all water-based markers. And I colored him like my cat Felix was colored, and you will be seeing this picture again in a video soon. Let's just put it that way. It is, as a sneak peek, this is definitely one of my favorite pages from this year. Took a long time to get in the Christmas spirit, but when I did, I managed to find a couple pages that I really enjoyed coloring. This one right here has got to be, other than the one with Felix, probably my favorite picture from this month. And it was all done using Sharpies and Bics and then glitter gel pens. And I love it. I don't know, it was one of those things I didn't have a color scheme going. I didn't have anything in mind for it other than just, I knew obviously red and green were going to be a part of it. And I had, of course, the kitty had stripes, so you should have known there was going to be a cat picture involved in this one. All right. Got my 2 Christmas mandalas done, which I was proud of that I managed to go back and get these done. This is by Jade Summer. I did the one with the owls. This was a alcohol marker base and then a phthalo pencil shading over the top. And for comparison purposes, during those color and chats, I wanted to see if we could do watercolor pencils and activate them on the alcohol base, and whether it would cause problems or not. And why can't I find this picture? I've lost my mind. Here it is. And it worked surprisingly well. So this is an alcohol marker base again, same colors, same exact markers I used in the previous one. I used watercolor pencils with similar shades to go back over the marker. There is not that much buckling to it. It was surprisingly tough it was surprisingly tough when I added water to it, so you'll be seeing me do this again in the future. Joanna's Christmas. I started working on just the covers with some basic, just water-based markers. Got kind of bored with it, so I guess that's technically a whip, but I can tell you right now, I ain't gonna be finished till next Christmas, at least at the earliest. But I did want to do a page out of this book, so I found this one and used gel pens on the bird and most of the ribbons, and then I also used some different markers for the presents themselves as well. I have a bunch of these floating around now. I have one marker copy and one colored pencil copy that I'm trying to do. This was my colored pencil test page, well, double spread, and it was, I used chalk for the background. Obviously, I need to spray it to finish it off. Hadn't had too warm a days till here recently. I tried using really juicy gel pens, Tombows, watercolor pencils, and all 3 of those bled or ghosted through to some extent. And then on this side, I used all colored pencils. I used Prismacolor on the cat. I believe I used some polychromos on these leaves down here, and up there, I think I used the Castle Art ones as well. And those worked out really good. This is kind of a whip. I'm just mostly taking different brands and testing them in this book. I also have a whip going on in this one, and y'all have seen that. I have not had a chance to get back to part 2 of that. We'll be planning to do that soon. And finally, for completed pages, had to do one out of Costume Cats by Jade Summer. Why I'm having issues putting the book in the frame, I do not know. And here's the one I completed this month. I think that was the only one. Yeah, this was Cowboy Cat. So, and I used alcohol markers, budget-friendly alcohol markers, mostly Shuttle Arts, I think. Then I used some stickles on her actual costume, her tutu, and used some glitter gel pens as well on that, on her headpiece here. And yeah, it turned out really beautiful. I like it. The next one up's Mr. Pirate Cat, so I'm kind of excited about that. Now, I have had a serious problem this month starting pages and then not finishing them. I don't know, again, just restless, can't really focus on anything, not sure why. And then the last few days, how I felt, I haven't really wanted to do anything. And I hate that. I hate when I get like that because, I mean, obviously I have plenty to color, I have plenty of books to read and video games to play, and it's almost like nothing in particular stands out to me. So I kind of graze through everything. I did start another page in the floral design color by number book. I'm trying to go front to back now with that. I am not sure where these come from unless they happen to go through the pages I had, and that's possible, but the colors here will cover those up. So just barely started on that one. Check the camera, Michelle. Mandalas for Beginners by Jade Summer. I had started this one just to play around with the marker Fila pencil combo and was just doing little bits and pieces, and then this happened, so now I need to go back and fix this middle part, and I don't know. One of these days I will probably this will be one that I'll want to finish when I just need something to do with my hands while we're watching a movie or something. But there's that one. Then, well, come here. Come here. Butterfly mandalas. I had gotten my chameleons and I was testing them out. Sorry. I have cats that are, I don't know, one may think he's playing, but the other one is not playing. Anyway, they're squabbling. I did get a set of the earth tone color tops, so I was trying those out on the inner parts of the wings, and then out here I just used the same orange I used on the inside and then just had it slowly fade out with the gradient, or fade out to in, whatever. Anyway, I like how this is going so far. It's kind of funky, it's kind of different, so it's just, it's going to take some practice for sure. And this is by Joe Taylor. I have my marker copy of Cats. I was also playing with chameleons in this one. This was the very first time I got them, and I did not have the color tops. And I started to use this page just to kind of play with the clear tops and the gradient that ends up happening when you do that. And I like how it looks so far. I will probably continue this for both pages and then do something different with the cat and the bird. And that is my marker copy of that. Told y'all, I've got a lot of these. Don't know why. It's aggravating me. The Enchanted Journey. This was one I was doing as a color in chat. And this is what I have so far. As you can tell, I have not touched it since the color in chat. So I will need to go back and finish that one up. I had a mild panic this morning. I was planning on working on it and I couldn't find the markers I was using. Thus again, if they're going to be long-term whips, I've got to really think about a different way to keep the supplies for those noted. Write them down, maybe, Michelle? Yeah, think about that one. Fantasia. I finally got this one. Was it towards the end of November? Might have been. And had just barely looked at it. Somebody was asking about it and how markers and colored pencils do, so I decided to go with the first page. I felt motivated to get started. Well, the first set of pictures in the book. So here's this. I used Blix, Shuttle Arts. I think that's it. I think it's just Blix and Shuttle Arts. There might be a Prismacolor marker in there as well. And yeah, I got to this point and then I kind of stopped. Not really sure what I want to do next. I'm seriously thinking about just going with some gel pens for the actual peacock, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know, like I said, I just kind of lost interest in it, which is a bummer because it's a beautiful picture. Oh, two more. World of Flowers. Have not completed a page in this one yet, which is kind of a bummer too, but this page I am working with the Castle Art pencils on. I will probably incorporate some different brands into this just to mix things up. Don't really have a direction to go with these. I'm just pretty much picking combinations of colors that I like and kind of rolling with them. And not there. Not sure why I have that random thing in there. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. I started following a tutorial by Peter Hewitt for this page using the Polychromos pencils since I hadn't really been using them. I haven't even got through part one of that. Again, it was one I was slowly working on and then just kind of lost interest on for the moment. So, all right. And finally, we have Birds and Butterflies by Alice Chadwick. This one, I am using my Crayola Artists pencils that I had gotten just to kind of play around with them. They are fairly neat looking pencils. I didn't particularly like how they blended here, but again, I'm not going to hold that against them because that's probably just me. I don't know, it just didn't turn out the way I had expected. The leaves turned out really nice though. I am going to continue with this onto this page and go ahead and just do a double page spread with those. I may even include the blend and shade pencils as well, just for comparison purposes. So that is it for December. I probably had as many whips as I did completed pages. I don't know, guys. I don't know what's up with me. I'll get starting a page and I'll enjoy it, and then if I put it down and try to come back to it, it's almost like pulling teeth. The Chibi Girls book and the Christmas mandalas are perfect examples of that. I'm glad I got them done, but I don't know why I lost interest. But that's okay. I'm actually thinking about waiting to do I'd like to do my favorite pictures from 2018, which isn't going to be super long because I want to just keep it to maybe my top 5 or whatever. And then I'll also talk about if I have any goals, what my goals are for 2019. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye for now.